Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Humna, and through my channel I like to share content connected to the creator, creativity and its creation. Starting Light Upon Light session was a dream come true for me. It is something that I connect art with the ayats of Quraan and share them through my live sessions, which you are most welcome to join if you want to. They happen every Monday, 11 a.m. onwards. Usually they're about an hour and a half. We connect to a certain ayat that we get guided to, alhamdulillah. And then from that ayat, we create an artwork reflecting what it is saying to us. Sometimes we read the ayat and we understand it through our mind, but when we actually create an artwork, bring something in reality which is right in front of us, it just gets absorbed into our minds and hearts and soul so much deeper that we start living that what we are creating. Because when you create, you are connected to your conscious and your subconscious mind. So the ayat becomes a part of you, and you start living that ayat through your daily routines. Having said all that, like I said, you're most welcome to join me. Today is the second session, and I'm going to bring in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So many of us recite this, before every ayat, before everything we do, and it is such a profound, beautiful way of connecting to Allah and bringing His presence and raising our own vibration when we recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It is a way we raise our own vibration by saying it is Him who is with us, and whatever it is that I am going to be doing now, it will be in guidance and with Him around me, InshaAllah. So we say this so often, but when you really truly deep dive into the words that Allah uses in Ba, Ism, Millah, Rahim. These are 5 words broken down, so I'll repeat that again, which is Ba. Ba represents creation, which is you, me, and the universe. When we say Ism, Ism means the names. Then comes the word Allah, which is, Allah has all the 99 attributes of Himself in that one word. And then He brings our focus to 2 specific names, which is Rahman and Rahim. Rahman meaning most kind, most loving, most merciful, and Rahim meaning all merciful. These are 5 words that speak about Allah, and one of them is about His creation. So you see, we broke the whole sentence or the ayat or the words that we say Bismillahir Rahman Rahim, and it comes to 5 words. Ba, I'm just repeating it so it goes into your hearts. Ba, which is about the creation. Ism, meaning the names of Allah. Allah Himself, 99 attributes. Rahman, which is the most loving, and Rahim, which is the most merciful. Now these are 5 words, and out of 5 there is one word that is about you and me, which is the creation, which is Ba. Ba is beginning, balance and beautiful. Ba stands for beginning, balance and beautiful. And we kind of think, oh, Quran or Allah speaks to us only in Arabic. Allah knows that what we don't know. So even in English, He has given us these words which connect to the alphabet Ba for beginning, balance and beautiful. So even in English, we can understand what it is that He is saying to us and use it as a way to connect to the word Ba even in Arabic. So there is no language barrier in understanding Allah's message. It is just simple fact that when you are willing to receive Allah's message, it could come through to you through English, Arabic, Spanish, Mexican, Chinese, whatever it is language, because Allah's light comes to us in all shapes and forms and from every direction on the planet. You know, when you see the sun, it shines from all sides. It doesn't say I'm not going to shine on China, or I'm not going to shine on, you know, that tiny little island in, whatever, Japan or whatever. It doesn't do that. The sun shines on all. Similarly, Allah's light, Allah's love, Allah's book and His words shine for all of us, for all of humanity. And coming back to the topic of Ba, through this session, how I am interpreting it is beginning, balance and beautiful. Whatever you call on with the Ba in Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, whatever you do is attached to this phrase, like they become one thing, they cannot be separated. What it means is that anything and everything, for example, you're making a cake, and you say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now that baking of the cake actually becomes an act which is connected to Allah. So you're not just baking a cake randomly, you've kind of brought in the energy and consciousness of knowing that you could not have been able to bake the cake if it wasn't for Allah. And because Allah is giving you this chance to create this amazing food that you'll be creating, you are grateful to Him for all the ingredients, you are grateful to Him for allowing you to make it, you are grateful to Him for allowing you to have the ingredients that you can feed your family with, you are grateful for everything. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim makes you conscious of that what you are doing, connected to Allah, for nothing could happen without His will. So it becomes, the act becomes part of Bismillah, as Bismillah becomes part of it, of that action that you are thinking of doing. When you call upon Allah before doing an act, that act then has something called barakah in it, which means blessings, and also something that becomes stable, that stays in its place, and it's also means and it also means increase. So barakah means barakah is an Arabic word, I think so, please correct me if I'm wrong, and what it means is that it is blessings, something that becomes something that you get from Allah, which stabilizes you. It's not the kind of blessing that you get overwhelmed by, or it's like you don't know how to handle it, it's like it's too much. So what Allah is saying is that when you connect Bismillahirrahmanirrahim to anything that you are going to be doing, that act will have Allah's blessing in it, because you chose Bismillahirrahmanirrahim to be part of that act. And that automatically means that whatever it is that you are doing, it will have two things in it. One, it will give you stability, and two, it will increase whatever it may be. So if you're baking a cake, like for example, because I've taken the example already, so if you're baking that cake will have lots of people eating from it, right? So you'll be able to share it with a lot more people than you actually thought, because it has Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and it will reach all those people who Allah wants and chooses the cake to reach, through you, of course. And so the two things that we need to focus on, that the word ba connects makes us conscious of beginning, balance and beautiful, the three things. And how we're going to take it forward is that when we call upon Allah, we understand that Allah will give us barakat in whatever it is that we're doing. And when we call upon saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, He will give us stability, and He will increase whatever it is that we are doing, because now that we have attached Allah's name to it. Right from the beginning, He's telling us that we belong to Him, and for us, He is Allah, the one who is most loving and most merciful. So the beginning word, the ba, say beginning, is actually telling us right from the beginning, like there's no, it could have been I am Rahman and Rahim, and you are my creation, right? But Allah starts with ba, Ismillah, starts with saying you are mine, like you belong to Allah. and to you he is merciful, and to you he is kind. So right from the beginning, he's trying to tell you that everything that he is that for you, because you matter to him. And that's why the ba, which represents creation itself, comes right in the beginning of the sentence. It's not a Rahman a Rahim and then ba ism, right? It is ba ism Allah, Rahman and Rahim. What that does is makes us realize how much he loves us. So right in the beginning, he tells us that we belong to him, and he is who has the 99 attributes in him, because he is Allah. And then he says the most important thing to remember for us as a creation is that he is Rahman and he is Rahim. So that's the first word, the connection with ba and the beginning. When you look at ba carefully, it is a vessel with a dot below it, which means the creation is attached to the creator in a way that it can't be separated from each other. Without the dot, there is no ba. Without the vessel, though, the dot always is complete. Now, if you haven't heard the podcast before this one, it was about nukta. Nukta is that dot which is the beginning of all. Then he speaks about ba, like ba, right? So we're going one step further in. So first he says nukta, that's the beginning and end of all, which he himself is. Then he gives us the alphabet ba. Now ba is kind of like a U shape in English, just to kind of bring the similarity. And if you think about it, ba is like a vessel, something that holds, right? And the dot, the nukta, is below the ba, which means that the creation is attached to the creator, which means the ba, the U itself, the shape, is connected to Allah through a dot, right? And they're not separate from each other. But the dot in the ba can exist on its own. But the shape of the U won't be a ba without the dot. So without Allah, our existence is basically nothing, because it just becomes a shape. It doesn't have a sound. It's only a kind of like a U shape, but it doesn't have the nukta underneath it. And without the nukta, there is no creation. There is no you. I hope that comes through. The dot has no beginning and no end. But when you look again carefully, the vessel itself, the U shape, the ba, has a beginning and an end. Further looking at the shape of ba, we see two walls that hold a third long wall. That symbolizes home. In this visible world where we need stability to help us feel balanced in this life, Allah's remembrance heals the heart and guides the mind. So without it, we wouldn't be able to find the balance in ourselves. Through the shape of ba, we become aware how Allah is helping us be stable in this home where He has placed us by guiding our hearts and mind to Him. Heart and mind are in our body, the seen world. What through this passage, what we understand is that when you look closer to the shape of ba, you see that there are two sides to ba, and then there is a long bottom part which creates the ba. And what that means is that Allah is showing that in this world we will always need stability, and that cannot come without His hands. So the two sides of the ba are actually the hands that are holding you to give you the stability that you can have in your mind, body and soul. And the stability is given to you in the seen world through that who Allah is from the unseen world. Now when you look even further carefully, the space with the walls is empty. The inside space where the ba is completely empty. Nothing is there, for that's the womb space, the space where the creation happens. What happens inside the womb, only Allah knows. We never remember our own time when we were in the womb. we are definitely told about it, but we don't remember it, and neither do we remember our own birth, which supposedly almost killed another human being. Why do you think we don't remember our time in the womb? We were fully developed. We were in there. We were hearing, moving, eating. But still, we have no memory of the time in the womb. This was in order for us to know that we do not know everything. And you will never know everything. None of the senses you have developed in the womb have the capacity to give you a memory of your time in there. You can only see, hear, and know when He chooses for you to do so. Otherwise, you aren't able to. You aren't able to see, hear, or do anything if He didn't want you to in that womb, in the space of creation. So, to show His power and to show who He truly is to you, He doesn't give you a memory of that time in the womb, even though you were fully developed, you do not remember it. So, although the Ya Muqsid, He guides you to understand He is just and He is alone gives you, and He alone gives you that He chooses to in your vessel. How much of what and when, for He alone knows, you are able to balance and not balance, for He never burdens a soul beyond our capacity. What Allah is saying through this passage is that He is the only one who knows what happens in the moment of creation. So you don't see the space. There's nothing in between the two arms that are holding the bar. There's nothing attached to anything other than just the two hands and a one base stability line shape, and under that line is the dot. What Allah is saying, that what happens inside the womb in the space of creation is something only He knows. Only He has the power to know, and we don't have a memory of it, even though we had all the senses working for us in that stomach, in the womb, in the darkness, in the space of creation. We can't remember anything because that's how Allah is. He wants us not to know that part so that we can understand how helpless we were within the stomach. And see, if He made us hear, do, and say things from the inside of the womb, the creation, can you imagine how unstable the mother would feel? Because she would have this creepy voice speaking to her from the inside of her stomach, and then you would be saying something about something that you don't know anything about the world itself, and what will you be saying anyway? So the imbalance could have occurred, and so Allah removes that memory from us, and even though we have all the senses, we aren't able to do anything till He permits those senses to be activated and be used in a way where it is balanced for yourself, for your mother, and for all those around you. So through Ya Muqsid, He guided you to understanding that He is just and He alone gives you that what He chooses to give you in your vessel. So Ya Muqsid, He helps us understand clearly that you don't have to worry about anything when you are in your womb, for He's got you. He is the one who's going to guide you. And He guides you in a way that is just, which is kind, which is gentle, which is not like bombarding you with information so that you just have to survive and learn really fast. He does it in a way where you are able to learn the lessons that you need to in the way that is okay for you, that you can handle. For He says that He never burdens a soul beyond their capacity. So you'll never be able to be in a situation where you are unable to make sense of what it is that you need to do, because He will never put you in a situation where you won't be able to understand. The shape of the bar is a vessel. That is you, made up of dirt. So when you think about the shape itself is ba is a vessel that is you, which is made up of dirt, clay. It is He who gives you what you can handle to keep you in balance, and then He gives you Ism Allah, which means you become worthy of sajda. That's what makes you beautiful. You see, we think of ourselves as, oh, we are Allah's creation and we're so amazing and this, that, and the other. The reality is, you only become beautiful, you only become closer to Allah when you understand who Allah is. So your shape, the ba itself, the vessel, is nothing. It is just made up of dirt. The inside part, connected to the outside part, connected to the dot, allows you to understand the names of Allah, and that's when you become worthy for the angels to bow down to, which is Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was only the sajda was made to him only when he knew the names that Allah had taught him. So when we come back to the understanding of the three words, which is ba, ba means the beginning. He attaches himself to his creation through the dot and the womb. So he is connected to you in your womb and in your life when you are of clay. So as a soul, he's connected to you, and he's connected to you in the physical world, in the seen world, as much as in the unseen world, through a little dot. Then he speaks, the ba is about balance, the womb that helps you to stay balanced with what he has gifted in you. So he will always, in the womb, he will only keep you balanced, because he will never give you anything more than you can handle. Then he says about the word beautiful, by giving you the honor of getting created as his creation and allowing you to take his name. So just the fact that he is saying ba, ism, meaning ba, creation, you, connected to his names, ism Allah, means that in itself makes you beautiful. Nothing else about you is beautiful, because you were just dirt. You were nothing but just dirt. And the attachment, the connection to Allah and his ruh and his body is what makes you beautiful. It is the ba which makes you and I worthy of his love. You see, we read the name, we read the Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, every single day. But the more you understand ba itself, just the word ba, the beginning, the balance, the beauty in you comes out when you understand just the word ba itself. That ba makes you worthy of his love. He put ba before ism Allah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, so that you could understand how much you matter to him, and you are not unworthy of his love, the way you feel like, oh, I've done this, I can't be loved, Allah doesn't care, blah blah blah, he's not listening. He says ba ism Allah, like, so you come, he wants you to focus on who you are, so that you understand what an incredible Allah he himself is. It is the ba which makes you and I worthy of his love. He chose to create us and give us the honor to take his name. Not one, not two, not three. He gave us Bismillah, so we could have all 100 attributes with us, so we could feel his love and mercy every time we do anything. We use Bismillah. We know that we have all of his names, especially Rahman and Rahim, holding us, connected to us to make the journey from the beginning, giving us balance and making it beautiful just by the fact that he loves us and he has allowed us to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ba has the hands of Allah holding the womb of this universe, making it safe for us as it is inside the protection of its creator. Now, think of the womb space you have in you, and think of the dot that you have in you too. We usually think about our womb like as a woman. Of course, men who, hearing this would also understand that a woman is blessed with the space for creation, and that is the space of the womb. And when we look at ba, we understand there is a womb inside the space of ba. But when we look at it carefully, we can't ignore the dot. The Your navel is the dot on your womb as a mark of your connection to your creator. Now, when you think about it, every single animal on this planet has a navel. Even when created from an egg, it still gets a nourishment from the yolk sac, which is connected to the thing, the animal, and the yolk sac is connected to the baby. You still have something connected which gives a dot, which is like the stamp on you that you belong to him and to him you will return. Every single creation, animal kingdom, has a dot. And that dot, that navel that you and I have, is a stamp from God representing the connection we have with him. It symbolizes the biggest truth that he is with you from the beginning until the end of this planet. It's so emotional. It gets me so emotional. Like, we feel so lost in our lives, thinking we don't have this, we don't have that, and we don't have this. But actually we have Allah on us, in us, like through our breath, through our heartbeat, through our bloods, through our veins, through our vessels. But also, just the fact that we have a navel, it marks the beginning of us and our connection to the unseen world. Because in the womb, we didn't know where or what the food was going to come. We just kind of waited and we knew it was going to come. And that's the truth. That's the biggest truth, that he is with you from the beginning. Like, he never left you. You came into this world, but he never left you. It's so beautiful. He's with you from the beginning till the end of time. It's not like you age and your navel goes away, right? That always remains. And as a baby, it is always there. So when you look at Ba, there's a visible dot below the womb. The womb is the home, the space, and an empty space within the womb space. The visible dot is your Allah, visible in every creation. That empty space is also him in every creation that you can't see. When you break down the word Allah, Al means that what is, and La means that what isn't. Allah is on all that you see, that what is, and Allah, La is in all that you don't see and that you don't know of. In both there is Allah. Now when we think about Ba, Ba is about you, the creation itself, as his. You belong to him, for him, and him alone. There's nobody who has ownership over you. You don't belong to a certain family or a clan which you've been made to think of. You don't belong to a certain religion. You don't belong to anything at all other than Allah, because he's your creator. Ba is the beginning, which means the birth, your womb, which is the unseen world. Ba is balancing life, living, healing, getting guidance from his book. Ba is beautiful because he sees you honorable enough to call upon his names and know them. You were dirt. He placed you in the womb. You were unbalanced. He gave you stability of heart and mind. You were nothing. He chose to make you human. What an honor it is to be his creation, who sent the book down to and started and allowed us to start it with the word Ba, which represents his creation that he chose to create. What it truly means is we have to start seeing ourselves through the eyes of our creator for how he sees us. He sent this beautiful book for our guidance, to heal us. And the first word he says is Ba Ismillah. We belong to him. And that Ba is saying look at yourselves of how worthy you are. For if you weren't, I would not first mention you, second, put my names next to you, third, allow you to read it, and fourth, bless you with the message that He has, so that you could be constantly reminded of your Allah, your reality, that you belong to Him. You could have just been dirt. He gave you the experience of life and blessed you with the most loving and merciful merciful hand to hold you through anything you do during your time here. Merciful phrase it was. I'll read it again. You could have been dirt. He gave you the experience of life and blessed you with the most loving and merciful phrase to hold you through anything you do during your time here. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. You know you would need Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim to protect you from all that you need protection from. By calling you His and letting you know that He is reminding you that whatever you do, He will be with you from the beginning. So you don't have to fear anything, because He who is your Malik is with you and is blessing you with every single name of His, so that you could have that whatever it is that you need. His blessings is that He calls us His. His love is that He gifted us His names. His names guide us to His book. His book helps us to feel healed and guided to walk the Sirat al-Mustaqim back home to Him. He wants us to come to Him and tell Him the stories of how at every point we recited Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim to worship Him, to praise Him, to remember Him, for that is what He created us for, and for that is what will get us home in our Jannat with Him. With Ba, we know we are home here when He is the one guiding us, healing us through this life. The dot, the womb, the seen and the unseen, all remind us of the truth of our existence, that we belong to Him, and to Him only we will return. I really hope that you got some insights on just the word alphabets, two alphabets, Ba, B and A, and through that you also feel grounded and connected to Allah. And if you have any insights, do share with me either here or through my social media. Yeah, like I say, you can connect with me through TikTok, Instagram, and Patreon. On Patreon, all my sessions are available, so you can see the grid and the design we created using Ba itself. And create with me, connect to Allah, bring in more beauty into this world, and be able to spread light, love, and peace in all the hearts that are that are in pain, or not even in pain, but just to be held. Allah has a way of holding and healing our hearts in ways that we can never ever imagine any other person or any other thing in this world doing for us. So when we connect to Allah, His word, His names, and Him, we automatically know that He wants us to heal our heart and get closer to Him. I really hope that you enjoyed the session. If you did, let me know in the comment section. Look forward to hearing from you and connecting, creating, and being inspired together. I love you all, sending you lots of light and lots of prayers. May your day be filled with abundance. May your life be magical and you always feel connected to your Allah. Allah Hafiz for now, and inshallah I'll see you in the next session.